Hey, we're here in Harton in South Shields and I'm with David Bruce, who's been my client for 2 years. Now, David's a roofer with one of the most reputable roofing firms in the Northeast, right? Roof Trust. We're putting a roof on today, aren't we, David?
Yeah.
So, David, how long have you been a roofer for?
Since I was 16.
16, how old are you now?
38.
Oh, that's a canny while. Hey, mate, what's the best thing about doing roofing, seriously?
Being able to be outside, not stuck in a building all day, just being outside.
Let's go and have a look. Let's go and see what happens on roofs. It's time to climb and ascend. Am I about to see the greatest roof in South Shields history?
One of them
Oh, that's it, then let's go. Let's go. Come on then. Here he is in the outback, crawling up, terrified for his life. The old ginger while back. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit poop coming down his pants. Oh, there you go. It's a little bit pee on your shoes, man. With 22 years roofing experience, David's going to tell us, because obviously I'm a complete novice, I've got no idea what's going on here, but what we're doing here on this roof, David?
We put a new roof on, so it was like the one over there.
So what's wrong with that one?
Old, loads wrong with it, tiles are out of life, too much wrong with it, so new roof, new tiles, new lats and felt.
So what if you don't get your roof renewed, and that's a daft question, but what actually is the potential to happen?
You'll just get leaks, damage in the house, damage of the structure, it's vulnerable to storms, tiles blown off.
David, what does it look like when you're replacing a roof from start to finish? Like, what's the kind of, in basic terms, what's the process like? What you've been doing here?
Everything comes off, tiles, the lats and everything. All you'll see is a structure, and then you'll put these on, the lats and felt, and then you just mark it all out for your tiles. Just retile it, new lead work, new ridges, sometimes new fascias and gutters. This one's not getting renewed, but...
How long does it take start to finish for a new roof like this?
2 days.
2 days?
Aye.
That's pretty fast. Is that average, or is that because you're just so good and fast?
No, it's about average. It's just a small job, this one.
What's the biggest roof you've ever done?
Ramside Park, done a big one there. That was massive.
What's the worst job you've ever been on?
You'll probably think the same as me. Like, you're just going to think about bad customers, aren't you? Rather than the actual job.
So what's the worst customer experience you've ever had?
Ones that don't make your tea.
Valid point, fair point,
Ones
fair
that
point.
don't make your bacon sandwiches and food.
What would you say has been the most expensive job you've ever had to do?
Probably one of the big houses in Harton, Westover Village. We've done a couple of big ones in there, and they're like in phases. Mm-hmm. Like one side a year, over 4 years.
Oh wow. So like multi-million pound?
Like houses where it's like natural slate and you can't put nothing artificial on because they're listed buildings.
So talking about running your own business, obviously you've trained with me now for 2 years on a morning. 9 times out of 10, you're there 6:10 on a morning till 7 a.m. How's that positively impacted your energy for business?
But yeah, it's much better. Not rolling out of bed and going straight through the gates into the yard. I've been up an hour earlier and I've trained and I've woke up properly. Start the day a bit fresher.
Definitely. And what do you say to all them lads who maybe run businesses, have got like manual jobs and that, who always make excuses?
Soft as shite.
I agree, mate. I agree. So how do you get it done when others make excuses?
It's just, I've got a lot of energy of doing this for so long, I think. So I wasn't so like bothered about starting. I thought like the getting up a little bit earlier would just get used to it. Got 2 kids anyway and they keep us up early, so since having them, my body clock's just like I wake up earlier anyway. Do you know what I mean? Nice.
2 kids, full roofing business, still gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning and does it, man. Fucking superstar, man. Superstar. So tell us a bit of the story, funny story about when staff misbehave, how you discipline them.
Well, there's a lad who works for who actually didn't turn in today because his lass wasn't well, so he's pulled in sick for another person. So he gets stink bombs thrown at him because he's cockney. He gets covered in silly string. Oh. He had a problem with his foot a while ago. He had been to the doctors and I got my mate's missus to phone him and pretend to be a nurse and say, can you come in for an x-ray on your foot? So he walked all the way to the hospital and tried to get an x-ray, but they said you've got no appointment, so he walked all the way home. And then I got out to phone him again the following day and say, why didn't you turn up the appointment? So she did, and he was like, oh well, she said you've went to the wrong desk. He went, right, well I'll come back then. So she went, right, well I've made you another appointment at 4 o'clock. So he walked all the way back to the hospital again the next day. We were going to try and make him think he had a club foot. but it didn't get that far because he figured out it was us winding him up.
And this is your dad, David. Is that right? Yeah. What's your name, mate? Alan. How long is it your dad's business? Was it yours? Like how did the working relationship happen? How long have you been working with him?
Since you left school.
Aye. Yeah.
Aye. And what's the working relationship like?
Right.
Aye. You not play any pranks on your dad?
Nah, he knows them all.
He knows them all. Hey, what do you like most about roofing?
Gets you out of the care home every day.
Exactly, keeps you going, eh?
Picks up from the care home in the morning and drops off at night time.
Here's a good question for you, David. What do you think's led to such a good reputation all these years for your business?
Being reliable to people, local, people know where to find you. If things ever went wrong, it's not like you can just vanish with that registered, stuff like that.
I think the biggest thing, is reliability. When you say you're going to be there, be there. Tell them what's going on in the job, how long it's likely to take, communication. I think that's huge for every business, because there's so many cowboys out there. What's some of the worst cowboy stories you've heard?
We've had to strip full roofs back off and redo them. So where people have been ripped off with really bad work.
Isn't that worse? Because that's what most people fear, isn't it? Just getting ripped off and having a cowboy coming in. So what do you think is your, how can I phrase this? What would you say is your standard that sets you above everyone else? What makes you better than the cowboys and the other roofing firms, would you say?
Time served. People can see what we do. We really work out of shields, really. People can see we work. They know what our jobs look like. Customer feedback. A lot of our work's like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a neighbour in the street will think they've seen we've only done this in 2 days, so they'll think I'll get them. That's what normally happens.
Reliability, speed, quality. You've done my mum's roof, it was amazing. You've done my cousin's roof. You've done many of the clients, and people, that's it, reputation, man. Reputation matters so much, but it's down to reliability at the end of the day. Being reliable means you're trustworthy. That's the thing, biggest thing, isn't it? Just keeping that trust. Hence the name, Roof Trust. There you go, David.
The one,
From a vending machine.
the pop in the vending machine in the care home.
Howard, then let's hear about this.
So it was boiling hot while working down south in Shrewsbury, and it was summer, boiling hot. And he wanted a drink, so and it was a care home, like a dementia care home. So we told him there was a vending machine where you can just go and get a can of pop. So he walks into the care home and he said to the receptionist, "I need a can of pop. Where's the vending machine?" She said, "There's no vending machine here. It's like a care home." So he came back out. He realised he's just having them on, and then he had a can of pop in the van, which was under the seat, so it was still a bit cold. So he says, "I've just getting this from inside. The woman's got them. Just go inside and ask for one." So sent him straight back in, and he said, "So, well, can you give us a can of pop?" And he's like, "I haven't got any pop."
David, you've trained with TST now for 2 years, just over. Obviously, I know you're very local, your yard's very close to the gym, but what would you say is the best thing about training with us on a morning?
I like how it's something different every morning on the sessions. Like, it's not repetitive. I know I get the calendar, but I don't look at it because I like to not know.
Yeah.
And then when I go, I think, it's gloves and pads, or it's this. I like a hurricane, or you just don't know what it is, and every session's different.
They say variety's the spice of life, mate. And it's kind of like the job, really, because if every roof was just this, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess every job's got a different problem, right?
Yeah, definitely, all different.
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice. And so, what would you say, honest answer? Because there'll be a lot of lads watching this who are in the construction game, who are manual workers, who make the excuses, say I haven't got time. Because a lot of lads will say, "Oh, I've get enough exercise at work," but you don't really do. You know what I mean? You do get a lot of manual labour, but obviously, when you exercise in a proper structured capacity, it changes everything, right? So what would you say to all the lads who make excuses and say, "I can't do it, I haven't got time, I get all the exercise I need at work"? What would you say to them?
I think that you do get a lot of exercise at work, but it might, if your job's, if you're doing the same thing all the time, it'll only be on certain parts of your body.
Yes. Yeah.
It won't. I might do well with legs at work because I'm up and down ladders and up and down roofs all day.
Yeah.
There's still, when I train, there's still parts of your body that'll ache the next day, and even I don't use at work.
Yeah, because I used to be a plumber, and I realised I got work fit because I was opening up lofts and twisting and moving and pipe bending and all that, but I was work fit, but not really like life fit.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference in it, because if you're
Aye.
just doing the same repetitive task, you can do your job, but then if you're knackered all night, or you're sleeping terribly and all the rest, obviously different if you've got kids and stuff like that. But like, there's work fit and life fit, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the worst part of being the construction worker is like your diet as well, is grabbing Dixon's and Greg's every morning.
Absolutely.
That's the worst, because you just like feel like you haven't got time for your bait. So you've got to just quickly, if you're passing a shop, you end up just stopping and thinking I'll get like a pasty for dinner later and stuff like that.
And so if you're not training properly, and then you're going to do that, that's where you pile the weight on, you get feeling, well, it's not just about piling the weight on, is it? It's just feeling sluggish, tired, like awkward, a bit uncomfortable in your body and that.
You have a big meal, you'll eat a meal like that, and you think you you haven't got the energy to carry on working.
Before you started with me 2 years ago, obviously you've been a roofer for a couple of decades now, mate. What was the thing that made you think I really need to kind of sort myself out? Because obviously you've been active for a job for years, but what was the thing that ticked you over and thought, I need to really do something else?
I felt like I was piling weight on, with putting a bit weight on with a bad diet. So I'm trying to just eat better and work it off a bit. Work it off and try my best not to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because even though you've got a manual job, if you're eating loads of shite, you can't out-train a bad diet, right? No matter how much you're up and down ladders.
It makes you not want to eat bad, because then you're just putting the training in for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't out-train a bad diet, right? Can't out-train a bad diet. Nice one.
Pointless training if you can't stop eating bad. I don't eat mint, but I eat a lot better than I used to. Yeah. And I've lost weight.
Yeah, and you've become way stronger as well.
Yeah.
You're probably pound for pound one of the strongest guys I know, based on how much you can hold your body weight, and with added weight, how many pull-ups you can do, how fast you can do them. Upper body strength's amazing for you, but obviously that's probably contributed to the years of graft and manual, do you reckon?
Everything's heavy, what we do here. Whatever job you do, everything's heavy, what we put on roofs.
Yeah.
You're carrying stuff about all day and up ladders and...
Yeah. One thing, do you think you've noticed that even though you were kind of strong, you had a strong grip, you have a fairly strong body from the years of labour, has it improved a lot since doing the gym training as well?
Yeah, because like I said, you're focusing more parts of your body than you are. Work will only do so much.
Yeah.
Otherwise I would train, and I wouldn't be aching in those places, because I'd be used to it at work. But I do get achy, like your chest, after press ups and stuff like that.
Which you'd never get manual labour.
You don't get it at work, because you don't get achy at work. Not like you might get a bad back occasionally, but muscle wise you don't, because it's the same thing all the time.
Banter, humour bonds like nothing else, and it's one of the things that actually, when you can have a laugh, especially around lads, and you can get involved, you can take the piss and have a good camaraderie. It is. So that's important for a lot of people, right? So keeping with the theme of lads banter, what's one of the funniest stories where lads have had a bit banter and you've, let's say, went a little bit overboard, but all in the name of good humour, where they've seen the funny side of it, and it's kind of brought you together and bonded?
Well, they don't get any sympathy here, that's for sure. So there was a lad who was with me a couple of years ago. We told him that he could start an apprenticeship, and we said that we would set him up with an interview from Newcastle College. So we got him in the office in the yard, and Debbie Dumpling, the roly-poly stripper, came, pretended that she was from Newcastle College, and pretty much them in the office. So that she interviewed him, and she was like, so what's made you want to do an apprenticeship? And the interview goes really well, but then it starts getting a little bit flirty, and then she starts touching him indecently. And it just goes out, spirals out of control, and we actually locked the door so he couldn't get out.
I've seen this video, and I've seen the fear on the poor lad's face. I know you can't help but laugh, but did he obviously see the funny side of it afterwards?
Well, straight after, he thought that she fancied him. He just said he thought the college assessor fancied him, and that was it. And,
did he ever find out it was her?
Yeah, we had to tell him after, but he's that daft. He just thought that she fancied him.
What an interview success! All right then. So finishing off, final words. What is Roof Trust's motto?
I'm David Bruce. I'll fix your roof 100% waterproof.
I love it. Hey, that's great. David, thanks so much for inviting us on site today. I've had a cracking time, mate, and you're doing a great job on the roof. Where can people find out about Roof Trust?
We're on Facebook. We've got a website, rooftrust.co.uk. And we're Mitre Place. We're based at Mitre Place in South Shields.
Google as well?
Yeah, and Google.
Nice one. I bet you've got some cracking Google reviews as well, mate.
Yeah, there's a few on there, aye.
There we go, 5-star Google reviews. I trust Roof Trust, and you should too. See you on the next one.